This is Know Yourself, a program, a channel that has a basic aim of assisting all of us learn, of assisting all of us get some information so we will be able to live peacefully and harmoniously. Today, too, just as we promised you the last time, we are now going to enter into what has been identified to be the number one cause to marital problem, and that is communication. And so today we're going to look at communication, and we want to establish that communication, therefore, is key to unlock happiness in relationship. So communication, key to unlock happiness in relationship. I believe anytime that two people enter into relationship, looking at a marital relationship, these two are people who love each other, and as a result, all that they want to find and continue with is happiness. But unfortunately, just as we established the last time, this is defeated. Most people rather see each other couples now as if they are enemies. And so today's topic aims at helping us with the key, assisting us with the key so we can unlock happiness, which is now something that most couples are striving for. What is communication then? Communication, from its etymological meaning, means to share, to impart, or transmit. And so whenever we're looking at communication, then we are using it to mean how a thought is transferred from one person to another. So anytime that two people are communicating, it means that I have something that I want to give to the other person, and I'm expecting a feedback. So communication goes through processes which we should know. What is this? Anytime that we are communicating, there's always what we call a sender, and the sender must choose a medium, and there should be a receiver or a recipient. Now, whenever we are communicating as couples or people in relationship, what is more important for us is that we don't just open our mouths and then send something to the other person. We need to do what we call encoding. And encoding means that I'm going to consider the person that I'm conversing with, or I'm communicating with, his background, the level of education, his cultural background. You would have to consider so many things, because some group of people, you will use a particular word and they will not be offended. Another group of people, the same word, and that person is offended. So you need to look at all these things, and by doing that, it means that you are encoding. So the process begins with the person who is sending the information. Then again, you need to choose an appropriate medium of communication. Yes, it is true nowadays, social media is all over. But have you also thought of the person at the receiving end, whether that is the appropriate means? Assuming the person is not well versed with the use of gadgets, and then you want to chat either SMS, through SMS, Instagram, or WhatsApp, or any other medium. Have you considered the other person at the receiving end? So one, you the sender must of necessity encode, and in the process that will even inform you to know the appropriate medium to choose. Then there should be a receiver or a recipient. The recipient in turn should also decode whatever has been encoded to him, and that has to do with interpretation. And so, as we know in course of our series, you know there are so many types, about 3 types of communication. We have the verbal, we have the non-verbal, we have the written. And so, as a result, the person that you are communicating with, if it is face-to-face, which is the verbal one, will be looking at, apart from the words that are coming out of your mouth, the person will be looking at your gestures as well. And so that individual who is receiving, that is, I'm looking at those of us who are in relationship, look at the demeanor of your partner, the person who is talking to you, so you'll be able to interpret accordingly. Indeed, as I have established, we almost all the time want to enjoy our marriages, get happiness in it. And so we need to understand the skills, what goes into communication. As I said, we will share with you in the series. Nowadays, we realize that marriage, as we have established, has been synonymous with words like hatred, anger, bitterness, strife, and all that. And as a result, you see couples who loved each other and came together to enjoy life now behave as if they are enemies. You see someone beating his wife, someone throwing something at the husband, and as if we are at the war front. And so as a result, the divorce rates is going higher and higher. The world over, I chanced on Eurostat and I got to know that US had 53% rates of divorce, and then that of UK stood at 47% in 2011. And the world over, the divorce rate is not only high in Africa, but the world over. And now we can say that it's even 50%. So when 100 people get married within a year, it is anticipated by the end of the year, half of that marriage would have gone. Where are we heading towards? We have established that communication is very, very vital in our relationship. Communication is said to be the basis of every interpersonal relationship. In fact, effective communication is the key to a healthy and long-lasting relationship. If individuals do not communicate with each other effectively, then problems are bound to come. Communication plays a pivotal role in reducing misunderstandings and eventually strengthens the bonds among individuals. So we should endeavor, we should strive very much to get the skills to know how to communicate. A relationship loses its charm if individuals do not express and reciprocate their feelings through various models of communication. A healthy interaction is essential for a healthy relationship. Take care of your tone and pitch when you are communicating. It is very, very important. Make sure you are not too loud or too soft. Being loud might hurt the other person. Speak softly in a convincing way. The other person must be able to understand what you intend to communicate. And as I said, that is why you need to encode before you send the information. Choice of words is important in relationships. Think twice before you speak. Remember, one wrong word can change the meaning of an entire conversation. The other person might misinterpret you and spoil the relationship. And so we should be mindful, we should be careful about the words that we use for our partners. Be crisp. Express your feelings clearly. Do not try to confuse the other person. Being straightforward helps you in relationship. An individual must interact with the other person regularly for the relationship to grow and reach to the next level. Speaking over the phone, fine, is good, but use other means to get constantly in touch with your partner, or the one that you have decided to spend the rest of your life with. Be polite as you talk. Be polite as you communicate. Never ever shout on your partner, even if he or she has done something wrong according to your estimation. Discuss issues and try to sort out your differences amicably. Abusing, fighting, criticizing spoil the relationship, and in adverse cases might end it as well. Being rude is a crime in relationships. Try to understand the other person's point of view as well. Be a patient listener. Unless you listen carefully, you would never be able to communicate effectively. And so, let us hype communication. Find every means to understand how to communicate. As I said, we don't just open our mouths. As much as possible, let us go through the process before words come out of our mouths. I'm very sure once we are able to establish very good rapport, relationship based on communication, we are sure to unlock happiness in our lives. We thank you so much once again today for your time. Your comments are also entertained. Thank you once again. Bye-bye.